Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stay active and full of energy well into their 70s, 80s, and even beyond? Meanwhile, others start slowing down, feeling tired all the time, and dealing with health issues like high blood pressure that make everyday life harder. The truth is, it's not just genetics. It's not just luck. There are simple, daily habits that can make a huge difference, especially when it comes to your blood pressure. If you're over 60, you've probably heard a doctor say, "Watch your blood pressure." Maybe you've even been prescribed medication for it. And while those pills can help, there's something even more powerful: your daily routine. The way you move, the way you eat, the way you handle stress, it all plays a role. And if you do the right things every day, you may find that your blood pressure naturally starts to normalize. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 simple things you can do every single day to help bring your blood pressure to a healthier level. These aren't extreme diet changes or intense workouts. They're small, doable habits that can lead to big results over time. Let's start with one of the most overlooked, yet incredibly effective ways to support healthy blood pressure: the way you breathe. It sounds too simple, right? But here's the thing: most people don't breathe in a way that truly relaxes their body. Shallow, rapid breathing keeps your nervous system in a stressed state. And what happens when your body is stressed? Your blood vessels tighten, your heart works harder, and your blood pressure rises. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine taking slow, deep breaths, filling your lungs completely, then exhaling fully. Just doing this for a few minutes every day signals to your body that it's safe to relax. Your heart rate slows down, your blood vessels open up, and your blood pressure starts to come down naturally. Try this. Take a slow breath in through your nose for about 4 seconds. Hold it for a moment. Then, exhale through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. Do this for just 5 minutes a day, and you might be surprised at how much calmer and more balanced you feel. Breathing may seem like such a small thing, but it's one of the fastest ways to tell your body to let go of tension. And when your body is relaxed, your blood pressure naturally follows. Now, once you've got your breathing in check, there's another daily habit that can work wonders for your blood pressure, one that involves what's on your plate. Because what you eat every day has the power to either raise your blood pressure or help bring it down to a healthier range. We just talked about how something as simple as your breathing can have a major impact on your blood pressure. But now, let's shift our focus to something just as powerful: what's on your plate. Because let's be honest, food is one of life's greatest pleasures. And the good news is, the right foods don't just taste good, they can actually help your body work better, including lowering your blood pressure naturally. Now, if you've ever been told to cut back on salt, you're probably familiar with the idea that diet plays a role in blood pressure. But here's what most people don't realize: it's not just about what you remove from your diet, it's about what you add. The more you fill your plate with the right foods, the less space there is for the ones that raise your blood pressure. Let's start with one of the simplest and most effective additions: potassium-rich foods. Think of potassium as your blood pressure's best friend. This mineral helps balance out the effects of sodium, relaxing your blood vessels and making it easier for your heart to do its job. And the best part? Some of the most delicious foods are packed with it. Bananas, for example, are famous for their potassium content, but they're just the beginning. Sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, these are all powerhouses when it comes to supporting a healthy heart. And the best way to get them into your diet? Keep it simple. Maybe you add a handful of spinach to your morning eggs, or swap out regular potatoes for a sweet potato at dinner. Small changes like this can add up in a big way. Now, while potassium is a superstar, there's another key player that often gets overlooked: magnesium. This mineral helps relax your blood vessels, which means better circulation and lower blood pressure. And guess what? Foods like nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate are loaded with it. Yes, you heard that right. A little bit of dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao, can actually be good for your heart. Just make sure you're not overdoing it on the sugar. And here's something else to think about: hydration. Because no matter how good your diet is, if you're not drinking enough water, your body is going to struggle. When you're dehydrated, your blood thickens, making it harder for your heart to pump it through your body. That can lead to higher blood pressure, headaches, and even dizziness. So how much water should you be drinking? A good rule of thumb is to aim for about half your body weight in ounces per day. If you weigh 160 pounds, that's around 80 ounces of water. But here's the trick, don't chug it all at once. Sip throughout the day to keep your body consistently hydrated. And if plain water feels boring, try adding a squeeze of lemon or a few slices of cucumber for a refreshing twist. When you start paying attention to what you're putting into your body, you'll start to feel the difference. More energy, better circulation, and yes, lower blood pressure. But we're just getting started. Because next, we're going to talk about something that's just as important as food, but often overlooked, how you move your body every single day. And now, let's dive into something that can make an incredible difference in your blood pressure, movement. You see, our bodies were made to move. But as we get older, it's easy to slip into a more sedentary lifestyle without even realizing it. Maybe you sit more because your joints feel stiff, or you don't have as much energy as you used to. The problem is, the less we move, the harder it is for our blood to circulate the way it should. That puts extra strain on the heart, and over time, it can push your blood pressure higher and higher. But here's the good news, you don't have to run marathons or spend hours at the gym to see results. In fact, one of the best things you can do for your heart is something you're already doing every day, walking. The trick isn't just about how much you walk, but how you walk. You see, a slow, shuffling walk isn't going to do much for your heart. But when you pick up the pace, even just a little, your blood starts flowing better, your circulation improves, and your heart gets stronger. And that's when your blood pressure starts to come down. Now, if you haven't been walking much lately, start slow. A 5 or 10-minute walk around the block is a great place to begin. The key is consistency. If you can walk for even just 30 minutes a day, whether that's all at once or broken up into shorter walks, you'll be giving your body one of the most powerful tools to lower blood pressure naturally. And don't worry if you have trouble walking long distances. There are other ways to get your body moving. Chair exercises, gentle stretching, even standing up and sitting down a few times in a row can get your blood circulating. The point is to move, in whatever way works best for you. One of the best things you can do while walking is focus on your breathing, just like we talked about earlier. A steady inhale through the nose, followed by a deep exhale through the mouth, can turn a simple walk into a powerful stress reliever. And when you're less stressed, your blood pressure naturally goes down. Now, what if you're someone who gets bored easily when exercising? There's an easy fix for that, turn it into something you actually enjoy. Listen to music, an audiobook, or a podcast while you walk. Invite a friend to join you. Walk in a park instead of on a treadmill. The more enjoyable you make it, the more likely you'll stick with it. And here's a little motivation for you. People who stay active as they age don't just live longer, they feel younger. Their energy levels are higher, their bodies stay stronger, and their minds stay sharper. And it all starts with one step at a time. But movement isn't the only piece of the puzzle. Because even if you eat well and exercise, there's one more daily habit that can make or break your blood pressure. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. And this next one? It's something most people don't even think about when it comes to blood pressure. But it plays a huge role in how your heart functions every single day. I'm talking about hydration. Now, you might be wondering, what does drinking water have to do with my blood pressure? Well, a lot more than you might think. You see, your blood is mostly made up of water. When you don't drink enough, your blood can actually become thicker, making it harder for your heart to pump. And what happens when your heart has to work harder? Your blood pressure goes up. But here's the tricky part, as we get older, our sense of thirst becomes weaker. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. That's why it's so important to drink water regularly, even when you don't feel like you need it. So, how much water should you be drinking? A good rule of thumb is about 6 to 8 glasses a day. But here's the thing, it doesn't all have to be plain water. Herbal teas, broths, and even water-rich foods like cucumbers, oranges, and melons all count toward your hydration. The key is to make sure you're getting enough fluids throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I don't want to run to the bathroom all the time. And that's a valid concern. If you're not used to drinking a lot of water, start slowly. Increase your intake a little at a time, and your body will adjust. Plus, staying hydrated actually helps your kidneys work better, which can reduce water retention and swelling. And if you're someone who forgets to drink water, here's a simple trick: keep a water bottle with you at all times. If it's right in front of you, you're much more likely to sip on it throughout the day. One more thing, watch out for drinks that dehydrate you. Caffeinated beverages like coffee and soda can pull water out of your body, making dehydration even worse. That doesn't mean you have to give up your morning coffee, but for every cup of coffee, try to drink an extra glass of water to balance it out. Staying hydrated is one of the simplest things you can do for your health, but it makes a massive difference. When your body has the fluids it needs, your heart doesn't have to work as hard, your blood flows more smoothly, and your blood pressure naturally stays in a healthier range. Now, hydration is powerful, but there's one more daily habit that can completely change the game when it comes to normalizing your blood pressure. And the best part? It has nothing to do with what you eat or drink. It's all about how you manage something that affects all of us. Stress. Yes, you heard that right. Stress is one of the biggest hidden culprits behind high blood pressure, and it affects us far more than we realize. The thing is, stress isn't just a feeling, it's a physical reaction in your body. Whenever you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or frustrated, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones tell your heart to beat faster, your blood vessels to constrict, and your body to prepare for fight or flight. It's a survival mechanism. But here's the problem: back in the day, this response helped us escape danger, like a wild animal chasing us. Now, the wild animals are things like unpaid bills, family arguments, health worries, and bad news on TV. And unlike a real chase, these stressors don't go away quickly. They stick around, keeping our bodies in a constant state of tension. And when your body stays tense for too long, your blood pressure stays high. So, what can you do about it? The key is learning how to calm your nervous system, to tell your body, hey, it's okay. You don't have to be in fight or flight mode all the time. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through deep breathing. Now, I know what you're thinking: breathing? Really? But hear me out. Most of us breathe in a shallow, fast way without even noticing. But when you slow your breathing down, something incredible happens. Your heart rate drops. Your blood vessels relax. And your blood pressure starts to stabilize. Here's a simple trick you can try right now. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing method. You breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Try it with me. Ready? Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel that? Even just one round can help your body relax. Imagine if you did this a few times a day, especially when you're feeling tense. Now, deep breathing is just one tool. Another incredibly effective way to lower stress and instantly improve blood pressure is laughter. Yes, laughter. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins, which are natural stress relievers. At the same time, your blood vessels widen, allowing blood to flow more freely. It's like nature's medicine, and it's completely free. So, make it a daily habit to find something that makes you laugh. A funny video, a lighthearted conversation, a good comedy show, whatever works for you. It's one of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to protect your heart. And finally, one of the most overlooked ways to reduce stress and lower blood pressure is human connection. Studies have shown that people with strong social bonds tend to live longer and have lower blood pressure. Why? Because feeling supported, loved, and connected helps your body stay in a relaxed state instead of a stressed state. So, if you've been isolating yourself lately, try reaching out. A simple phone call to a friend, a chat with a neighbor, or even a quick text message can go a long way in keeping your stress levels down. Now, we've covered some incredibly powerful daily habits for keeping your blood pressure in check. But there's one last thing, something that most people forget about, even though it's just as important as diet, exercise, and stress management. And that's what we're going to talk about next. And that is quality sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking, sleep? What does that have to do with my blood pressure? But trust me on this, how well you sleep at night plays a huge role in keeping your heart healthy and your blood pressure in check. Here's why. When you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. Your heart rate slows down, your blood vessels relax, and your blood pressure naturally drops. This gives your heart a much-needed break, allowing it to recover from the stress of the day. But if you're not getting enough deep, restful sleep, your body stays in a state of high alert, keeping your blood pressure elevated all night long. And if this happens night after night, week after week, it can turn into a serious issue. In fact, studies show that people who regularly get less than 6 hours of sleep per night have a significantly higher risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even stroke. But here's the good news, you can fix it. One of the biggest reasons people over 60 struggle with sleep is because their body's natural sleep cycle gets disrupted. As we age, our levels of melatonin, the hormone that helps us feel sleepy, start to drop. That's why you might find yourself tossing and turning at night, waking up too early, or feeling groggy even after what should have been a full night's rest. So, how do you get your sleep back on track? One simple trick is setting a bedtime routine, just like kids have. Our bodies thrive on routine, and when you do the same things every night before bed, it signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. Try this, about an hour before bed, dim the lights, turn off screens, and do something relaxing, like reading a book, listening to soft music, or taking a warm bath. These simple actions tell your brain that sleep is coming. And speaking of screens, this is a big one. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs suppresses melatonin, making it harder for you to fall asleep. If you must use your phone before bed, try switching on night mode to reduce blue light, or better yet, put it away completely. Another game changer? Your sleeping environment. A dark, cool, and quiet bedroom is ideal for deep sleep. Try using blackout curtains, setting the room temperature to around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, and using a white noise machine or fan if noises keep you up at night. And here's something that surprises a lot of people, the position you sleep in can actually affect your blood pressure. Studies suggest that sleeping on your left side may help reduce pressure on your heart and improve circulation. It's not a cure-all, but it's a small change that can make a difference over time. Now, if you've tried all this and you still struggle with sleep, there might be something deeper going on, like sleep apnea. This is a common but often undiagnosed condition where your breathing stops and starts throughout the night, preventing you from getting proper rest. It's more common in people over 60 and in those who snore loudly, wake up gasping for air, or feel exhausted even after a full night's sleep. If this sounds like you, it's so important to talk to your doctor about it. Treating sleep apnea doesn't just improve sleep, it can drastically lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart problems. So, by now, we've covered some powerful daily habits that can help bring your blood pressure back to a healthy range, things like movement, diet, stress management, and now, quality sleep. But before we wrap things up, there's one last thing, something that ties everything together and can make all the difference when it comes to living a longer, healthier life. And that's what we'll talk about next. And that final piece of the puzzle is consistency. Now, I know, consistency? That sounds so simple. But hear me out. This is the most powerful factor when it comes to normalizing your blood pressure and keeping it there. Think about it like this. Imagine you plant a garden, but you only water it once a week. You might see some growth here and there, but the plants won't thrive the way they would if you watered them daily. Your health works the same way. If you only eat healthy some days, walk occasionally, or sleep well every now and then, your body won't get the full benefits. But when you do these things consistently, day in and day out, that's when the real magic happens. The truth is, you don't need drastic changes. You don't need to run marathons, follow strict diets, or do anything extreme. You just need small, daily habits that become second nature. Take walking, for example. You don't have to do a long, exhausting workout. Even just 20 to 30 minutes of walking each day can work wonders for your heart. The key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Same with food. You don't have to never eat the foods you love. Just focus on adding more heart-healthy foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts into your meals, rather than stressing over avoiding everything. Small swaps, like choosing whole grains over white bread, can add up big time over weeks and months. And stress? It's impossible to avoid completely, but managing it daily, whether it's with deep breathing, laughter, or just stepping outside for fresh air, makes all the difference. Let's also talk about something many people don't consider: self-belief. Have you ever heard people say things like, "Well, I'm just getting old. That's why my blood pressure is high." Or, "It runs in my family, so there's nothing I can do." That kind of thinking? It holds people back. Yes, aging is natural, and yes, genetics play a role, but they don't define your health. Your daily choices do. Science has proven again and again that lifestyle changes can override genetics in many cases. That means, no matter where you're starting from, you have the power to improve your health. You're never too old, and it's never too late. Imagine waking up one morning, full of energy, feeling lighter, stronger, and more in control of your health than you have in years. Imagine going to the doctor and hearing them say, "Your blood pressure looks great." Imagine feeling so good that you actually look forward to your walks, your meals, and even your nighttime routine. That's not just wishful thinking. It's completely possible, and it all starts with small, daily habits that you can stick with. So, here's my challenge to you: just start. Pick one habit from this video and commit to doing it every day for the next week. Just 1 week. See how you feel. And if you're up for it, come back and let me know in the comments. Share your progress. Encourage others. Because when we support each other, we all win. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more tips on staying healthy, feeling younger, and living your best life at any age. You deserve it. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.